Good evening, everybody. First of all, you got Old Navy, and now you have an old man to talk to. So, yes, Barbara and I go way back, way back. And growing up, I was actually the one in the family. My big brother's here. I was the one in the family that people worried about. The shy, skinny invert. Skinny, that went away. That was not a problem. I still don't talk, but there's several contractors, architects, Tom, SAA, George, Diverse Electric. You guys are probably going, yeah, Steve's not an invert. Steve's not shy. Yes, I used to be at one day. This is the actual first speech I've actually sat down and wrote because, yes, this organization has become very important to me, my wife, and what we do. So I'd just like to read this, and hopefully I get through this without fumbling the ball, if you want to say. So I'd like to start by telling you some of the reasons why I'm here tonight. Why being the key word. I'm here because several years ago, Barbara Callie called me, informed me about this organization she was involved in, and would like to attend a gala. We were just doing some quick math, and I think it's 10 or so years I've been doing this. She even retired, and I still kept doing it. So it's not even that I like her or anything. It's the organization, not her, okay? It is a great organization. I remember the first gala I went to, and during it, the staff had an auction that everybody could donate money for diapers. Diapers that would be given to families that needed them. That has stuck with me all these years. The thought of a family needing diapers just blows my mind, and it's one of the reasons why from that first one I've just been sticking out. I'd like to thank the incredible crew at Pellegrino Construction Services. Some of the work, the crazy work we complete each year, which allows PCS to support such an organization. Thank you guys very much. I'd like to thank my incredible wife, Beth. If it was not for her, my partner, my friend, I don't know where I would be today. She's bringing me dinner at the office, constantly asking me how can she help me, and just supporting me constantly. Thank you, Beth. I love you. So I told you the reasons why. So now I'd like to tell you the reasons how I got here. The key word being how. I was born in 1965. I'm one of 5 children. I'm the second youngest, and I have 3 sisters and a brother. Growing up, we lived in a nice house in Mountainside, New Jersey. We were a well-off family. My father was in construction, doing very, very well. When I was about 3 years old, my father decided to not be faithful to my mother, and literally overnight, he basically ran away to another state with his girlfriend, leaving my mother with no child support, no alimony, literally overnight. My mother, who was about 33 years old, doing some math, was a typical late 1960s housewife, had a gentle demeanor and kept a very nice house. The gentle demeanor, I have no idea, because growing up with you and you being our father and mother, you kept Billy and I in line. God, oof. When my father left our family, it was a lot for my mother, and she went through a very tough time for a while. She did not have a job, was now our mother and father, and she found out my father had actually defaulted on the house we were living in to a couple he was building a house for, and that couple ended up owning half the house we were living in. Thankfully, that couple could not do anything until my mother one day decided to potentially sell the house. Until my mother potentially sold the house. She had a brief stay in the hospital due to the immediate stress and having a marriage come to an end and 5 kids to feed and no job. But due to neighbors, our extended family, friends, and strangers, we children were taken care of during this initial time my father left. My brothers and sisters lived with our neighbors and family while Mom was out of commission. She was able to pull herself out, get out of the hospital, get a job at Bamberger's, which is Macy's now, and she was at that job for 35 years selling furniture and TVs. How she did this, I don't know, and how she made that decision to continue and start a new future with 5 kids and in this situation blows my mind, seeing I have a partner and 2 sons, and I'm ready to pull my hair out at sometimes. Giving to those less fortunate is something that you can be taught and shown when you're young, but remembering it as you grow up can be hard at times. For me, I believe my brothers and sisters, it was easy for us to always be giving people as we grew up because we did not have much growing up, but we learned later in life we had more than other families at times growing up. We learned quickly that mom was not only the one we had to worry about. Our neighbors, aunts, uncles, teachers were eyes for mom and would drop a dime on us in a second. Why? Because mom was good people and deserved the help. And in our house, we were guilty till proven innocent. My father's parents, Grandma and Grandpa New York, as we call them, made the decision to support their grandchildren by paying my mother's mortgage every month, even knowing my mom would not own that house when it came to the end. By the way, the couple that owned the house, the other half of the house, were named Beth and Steve. And after 30 years of owning that half of the house, they actually sold it back to my mother at a loss. And my mother was able to pay them because of a will from her mother and father after they had passed away. I think we're, my mother's parents, Grandma and Grandpa New Jersey, as we called them, were constantly helping my mother. I think we're at Grandma and Grandpa New Jersey's every Sunday eating dinner, taking food home, getting disciplined, and warned to listen to your mother or else. My Uncle Ray and Aunt Anson would take us kids on their family vacations. Uncle Ray would fix things around the house and Mom's car at all the times. There's one person, though, as I grew up, I realized how much she was a help to my mom and us children. She was stopping by to talk to us, drop off food, clothes, or anything else we might need. She's my mother's youngest sister, and I figure she was probably about 17 or 18 years old when my father left. And for the next 12 to 14 years, she was visiting us, dropping things off to help us live all the time. How she was able to afford to build her own life, help support 5 kids, is amazing. Thank you, Aunt Joanne, and I love you. Mom, the person who never wanted this life, did not deserve this life she was dealt, but made a family that to this day, any of us kids would give our lives for Mom and all she did for us. At times, she was too proud or did not want to bother her family again about another family issue. The times the electric would be shut off up to a week till she got her next paycheck. The times the gas would be shut off and filling the bathtub with cold water and letting it sit overnight so my sister Sandy and I could put on our bathing suits, jump in the tub, wash up before we go to school. Dragging 5 kids to church every Sunday, making me late for Sunday school where Sister Mary Fox would wait and yell at me. When asked why I was late, I would say, because my mom, she would say, help your mom so you're not late. I was growing up eating mustard sandwiches. Yes, mustard and 2 pieces of bread, and it was delicious. The encyclopedia salesman that stopped by the house to sell my mother a set of encyclopedias, and after speaking to my mother, left the set, walked out the house, never heard again. Every time we had a school report to do, we used those books and heard the story again about how we got them. The neighbors who would always check up on us because Mom working 6 days a week. I could stand here all night and give you my examples of my childhood and the help we received. I would like to say that if my family did not have the help of our extended family, neighbors, teachers, and strangers, I can only imagine the life I would have lived and where I would be today. So that is how I got here today and how important it is to help others who need. So as I end this, please do not clap for me. Clap for the ChildWIN. Clap for those neighbors, friends, extended family. Clap for those Aunt Joannes and those moms that just need help to get through life and try to give their kids a good start. Thank you, love you, Mom, and happy Mother's Day to all.